Hi friends, I'm back with a book to read to you, and this is a book all about weather. So let's learn about weather. Whoosh! The wind blows through the trees, and the long branches sway and dance in the breeze. It's a windy day. Windy, sunny, and rainy are all different kinds of weather. Weather is always changing. Just watch, you'll see. The little fox there, he's closing his eyes. The sun is so bright. The wind can be fast or slow. It can push boats across water and blow hats off heads. Whoops! She lost her hat in the wind. Sunshine. On sunny days, the sun shines bright, warming the earth. Sunflowers and daisies turn toward the sun to soak up as many of its rays as they can. Remember when we were talking about how plants need sunshine to make food? The sun can make the air feel hot, just right for a rest in the shade. Those deer are in the shade. Makes me think of the deer that we have seen sometimes walking right by our playground. Or the sun can make the air feel hot just right for a swim. Ah, that feels nice. That bear is taking a swim. Clouds. Clouds are made of tiny drops of water that float together in the sky. Fluffy white clouds are called cumulus clouds. Can you say that? Cumulus clouds. Those are the kind of clouds that look like our fluffy white cotton balls from like our art project where we made cloud shapes. On sunny days, you might see big puffy clouds. When they block the sun, they make patches of shade on the ground below. So there are clouds floating up in that sky, and they are blocking the sun, and there you can see their shadow on the ground. Some clouds are thin and feathery and float high in the sky. Thin and wispy clouds are called cirrus clouds. Can you say cirrus clouds? It's those kinds of clouds. And it says flat gray clouds are called stratus clouds. Can you say stratus? So those are the gray clouds. Like sometimes you might see those before it might rain. And, this describes it. Some clouds cover the sky like thick gray blankets. That's a good way to describe that. Drip, drop. Oh, what makes that sound? What kind of weather? Rain. Plants and animals need rain to survive. When dark clouds roll in, rain might be next. One by one, drops of water fall from the clouds above. Pitter, patter, split, splat, drip, drop. Brr! When it's cold enough, water droplets in the clouds can freeze and fall to the ground as snow. Down drift snowflakes one by one. We didn't have very much snow this winter, did we? Oh, now we're thinking about a thunderstorm. Thunder always comes after lightning. So when you see lightning, after you see it, then you will hear its sound, which is thunder. When thunder rumbles and lightning flashes through the sky, get ready for a thunderstorm. Thunderstorms can bring lots of rain and lots of loud noise. Boom! Do you ever feel worried when you hear thunder? I used to. It can be very loud or surprising, but when you are safe inside, you don't have to worry about it. After a storm ends, the sun peeks through the clouds again, and animals shake off the rain. Let's go outside. The sun is shining, and there are puddles to splash in. Maybe you'll get to do that still this spring. Wow, and rainbows to see. A rainbow happens when sunlight shines through tiny raindrops floating in the air. So as the storm is ending, there might still be some tiny raindrops falling from the sky, and when the sun shines through those raindrops, it makes a rainbow. And this is called wild weather. Here are some ways that weather can be wild. This is a picture of a tornado. When very strong winds start spinning, they can form a tornado. And we've talked about that. Remember when we did our tornado drill where we went into the hallway bathrooms at school and we got down as small as we could and we counted to 10? And so we were practicing that just in case there was ever a tornado, but it's not very likely. Then, here's a picture of a flood. When too much rain falls too fast, it can cause floods. And this is a picture of a hurricane. A hurricane is a widespread storm that brings strong winds and heavy rain. And those mostly happen far away from here, near the ocean. And here is a picture. This is called a drought. A drought happens when it doesn't rain for a very long time. It can make the ground dry up and crack. You see all those cracks in the ground? And up here in the corner, this is called a blizzard. A blizzard is a heavy snowstorm with strong winds. And sometimes we've had those here in Ohio, but not this winter. And this is a picture of hail. Hail well, they can be bigger, balls of ice, and they sometimes rain down from the sky. And we had some hail last week. I don't know if you had it at your house. I had it at my house when it was nighttime and it was storming, and there was some tornado watches that night too, but we didn't have a tornado, but we did have some hail that fell down in our backyard. All right. Oh, and this is called watching the weather. Scientists who study the weather are called meteorologists. Here are some of the tools they use to predict what the weather will be like. They might use satellites. Satellites take pictures in space to show scientists how clouds are moving across Earth. And this is an anemometer, and this measures wind speed. This is a weather balloon, and it goes high up in the sky, and it can send scientists information about the conditions high in the sky. This is a big thermometer, and it measures the air temperature, how warm or cold it is. This is a rain gauge. A rain gauge can measure how much rain has fallen. It catches the rain and shows how much rain we have. This is a windsock, and it can show you which way the wind is blowing. What should you wear? When you head outside, it's important to have the right gear for the day's weather. Can you match these clothes and other items with the weather that they are best for? So here's a picture of sunny, hot weather. This is a picture of rainy, wet weather. This is a picture of snowy and cold weather. So let's think about this. Sunglasses. When would you need sunglasses? I think when it is sunny and hot. What about a snowsuit? I think for snowy and cold weather. What about rain boots? Rain boots would be good for a rainy, wet day. What about a hat with a nice big brim to keep your eyes shielded from the sun? Probably sunny and hot. How about an umbrella? What do we use umbrellas for? To keep us dry in the rain. What about a fluffy hat and mittens? That would be good for cold weather, playing in the snow. What about a rain jacket? Rain jackets can keep us dry out in the rain. And what about flip-flops? When would you wear when would you wear flip-flops? On a sunny, hot day. And our last item, what about snow boots? They would keep your feet warm and dry in snowy, cold weather. And that is the end of my book about weather. I hope that you enjoyed that and that you learned some new things. And I will see you again soon. Love you. Bye-bye.